Good evening, fam. Tonight we are going to fry some flounder. So what you see right now is me preparing to season the fish. It is thinly sliced fillets with no bones and no skin. I'm now just adding a little bit of sea salt to the fish. Now, of course, we will have some Old Bay for seafood. I actually use my Old Bay on everything. And there's some ground ginger. Ginger is a really, really good spice. Now we have some black peppercorns, freshly ground. And just so you know, fresh ground pepper helps to activate your other seasonings like ginger, which is great for as an anti-inflammatory seasoning or root. While I'm doing this, the grease is getting hot in the pan that you see to the left of me. We did use that Crisco that you see right there in the background. Just a little bit, just enough to coat the bottom of the pan. Again, these fillets are very thin, so we don't need too much grease. All right, make sure that you season both sides of your fish. You can add as little or as much as you want, or add whatever seasonings you want. These are just my choices for tonight's fish. All right. I think I'm going to add just a little bit more pepper. I do enjoy nice little spice from my pepper. All right. Here's an up-close look at that seasoned fish. Please clean up as you go. It just makes the cleanup process at the end much easier. All right, and so now I am going to prepare the breading with a little bit of cornmeal mix, all-purpose cornmeal. Cornmeal, just a little bit. Don't have much fish, and again, it's really thin. I'm gonna take this and mix it with just a little bit of flour. If we're gonna measure it, I would just say maybe like a tablespoon or two of all-purpose flour. And see me shake that from the bag directly onto the plate. Alright, and then we're going to season the flour. Again, go ahead and clean up behind yourself as you go. We're going to season it with a little bit of smoked paprika. Paprika helps to give your food, like when you're frying it, it helps to give it that golden brown color that you want. So now we're going to go ahead and just mix that in. I do just use my hands, cooking for just myself, so that's okay. Get that mixed in pretty well. Should give a nice little tint to the flour and cornmeal mixture. Some people like to taste their batter. If you are one of those people, by all means, go ahead. I don't do that, though. Clean up behind yourself. Checking to see if there's any heat popping from that oil. We're just going to take a little drop of the batter, toss it in there to see if it bubbles up, and clearly it didn't. So I'm just getting a third plate here so that once I actually batter the fish in our batter, our dry batter, Then I'm going to lay it into the third plate and let that batter just sit on it for a moment or two. That way it'll stick to the fish better once it hits the grease. All right, one piece. Shake off the excess and move on. It is also okay if you would like to create your dry batter or make up your dry batter in maybe a plastic bag or even a brown paper bag. Those are like some old school ways of breading your fish, chicken, pork chops, or whatever meat it is that you're about to fry. And you just pretty much put it all in a bag, toss your meat inside the bag, and then shake it, shake it, shake it. I do that sometimes, but for the most part, I do just what you see right here. Nicely seasoned fish. And I know I didn't show you guys how I washed the fish, but you do want to wash your fish of all protein and pat it dry with like some paper towel, because the key to your seasoning and your bread batter or your dry mix sticking to the fish is that it's dry. You want the fish to be as dry as it can be. If it's kind of wet or damp, you haven't really taken off the excess water from washing it, it may cause your seasoning and your dry mix to kind of run and not really stick. So just giving you explanation as to why everything's sticking to the fish, which is what you want. And there you have it, the end result. By now, I do believe that grease should be hot enough. Again, make sure you clean up behind yourself. Get the excess flour and batter off of your fingers. And now you can see the little ripples in the grease. That's how you know it's ready. And now when we sprinkle a few drops of the batter, look how it kind of like fries and kind of like melts away into the grease. And that's a thumbs up letting you know the grease is ready. The key to cooking fish is having hot grease. That's really the key to frying anything. So there we go. Now try to separate the pieces. Make sure that they are not touching each other. That way our batter will stick. There we go. Now nice simple fry. As you guys can see, I am using an electric stove. I have my temperature of the eye on number 6. So that's kind of like a medium high on a scale of like 1 to 10 for your electric eyes. Now if you have a gas stove, then I would suggest right around the flame size of like a medium size flame. And that is of course for this type of skillet with just a little bit of oil, enough to coat the bottom of the pan, and for like thinly sliced fish fillets. I just want you guys to hear the frying sound of that fish. It looks so good. Make sure that you flip it a couple times maybe. think the total time that I fried this was about maybe like 8 or 9 minutes total. Just wanted to make sure I got it to that golden brown on both sides. So it's kind of like crunchy on the outside, and nice and juicy and tender on the inside. That's how you want your fish to be. Let you hear that fine sound, put it in there. Alright guys, so as you can see, it's about time to take that fish out the grease. Look at that. Yes, baby. Perfectly fried. Golden brown on both sides. That smoked paprika is what gave us that nice golden brown color. Look at that. Yes, ma'am. And yes, sir. To all of my viewers. I can't wait to share this with you guys. Look at that. And see, what I'm doing is I'm placing it on, like, I use those aluminum foil sheets. And then I place a couple of paper towels on it. And that way, the grease can drain onto that paper towel. Go ahead and get your bite with some white bread.